How's it going, guys? Matt57TS with you out here, and we're getting down to the last bit. So I'm continuing this lineup on Benchmark, and so next up is the Bonded, and this is the one that I was most excited about when I picked up the whole lineup because I'm a huge fan of bonded whiskeys. That 100 proof just sits so well and sits so nicely, and it just does so well. So I like as soon as I picked this one up, I was like, this might be the favorite. So let's find out. A little bit of story on this one. So this is the Bottled and Bond bottle for Benchmark, and the story behind it is the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897 sets strict standards for bonded whiskey. This 100 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey aged 4 years to meet those standards. Enjoy the rich flavor and long, smooth finish. So let's see. Let's see if it has a long, smooth finish. I'm gonna pour this one out, get every single drop out of it. And I'm really happy that I didn't kill these off, and I'm actually making videos on these because at the time of drinking these, I'm like sitting through them, and you're not really putting too much focus on them because you just want to enjoy and just get through a couple bottles. But now that I'm towards the end, I want to really savor every little bit and then get to understand what's going on with these. So let's try this one out. So this one doesn't have that sweet grape Kool-Aid note at all. This one is gone. It has a little bit more of an alcohol astringent note, but then it also has that oak. And one of these before, I think it was the single barrel I said, or single barrel Toffler I said it's gonna have a little bit of a leather to it, but it didn't. This one has it. This one has a little bit of a leather note, like basically like you got some fresh new couches into your house, leather couches. You sit on them, you smell that leather. And it's sweet, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of a caramel note to it. I'm really enjoying the nose on it, and I'm enjoying the nose on it not so much because it's sweet, but it has those strong characteristic bourbon notes that you normally find in some really good bourbon. Let's give it a try. Yep. That one actually has a finish to it. The single barrel had a bit of a finish to it. That one, the finish smacks it out of the park. It's so good. That finish is so nice. It's not overpowering to where you're feeling that Kentucky hug a lot real strong, but it's nice black pepper, nice like an anise kind of finish to it. A little bit of baking spice. The finish is so good, and on the palate, you get a little bit of that baking spice sweetness. You get a little bit of like a hint of brown sugar. You get a little bit of kind of like of a granola taste to it as well, like a sweet granola, and it's so good. This is my favorite so far of the lineup. It's so on the nose. So to me, this is the more solid one out of the lineup. It's not, the nose isn't like the best, but it's there. It's keeping up with everything else. The palate is the better one out of it, and then the finish is the better one out of it. So it's the more well-rounded pour so far that I've had, and I'm really enjoying this one. This is so far my favorite. Let's give it another sip. One thing that's gone too is I'm not getting that Elmer's glue note that I was getting before on the previous ones, but I am getting a lot of that oak and leather, a little bit of honey. But yeah, that bonded it's killer. If you were to have a choice so far out of the four, the bonded is the one I'm going with every single day of the week. And bonded is the killer out of those four. It's providing so much to it. And maybe, I don't know the age of the other ones, but maybe because the bonded has to be 4 years old in order to be considered bonded, maybe that's what's making the difference for it. Maybe those 4 years are providing all that extra impact to this pour. But I'm a big bonded fan as well, so maybe that's it. I don't know, but that having it at 100 proof is killing it. Like if this was worth 20-25 bucks, I'm paying that. I'm getting more, at that price. I will say though, it's not worth more than 40-50 bucks because I think you can find better bonded products at that. But at a $20-25 mark, maybe even 30, you can justify it a little bit. That's a killer pour for that price. And it's got a little bit more, even on the nose. Like I can feel it. I can feel it burning my nose hair a little bit more than I did with the other ones. It's good. Like you get a little more richness to the nose. It's a little creamy. It's got the caramel. It's really good. And I'm really enjoying this bonded one. I feel like I'm talking too much just because how good this is, you know. But if you were to get an option so far out of the 4, the Bond is the way to go. Cheers, guys.